guys, welcome back to our channel. This is our first and our main project car for the channel. As the title says, we've got a broken E38 740i. Bit of background on this car. So prior to this we had the E39 530d, one of the best cars I've owned. I always said if I ever replace it, I'm going to replace it with an E38. Initially when I've seen the ad he had on, it did have a few like cosmetic issues which he'd mentioned in the description, and it also had a few mechanical ones. So he said it needs a fuel pump, etc., little bits and bats. What we did was he drove to me, so it was about a 3.5 hour drive. Now I think that put a lot of strain on the car. So just after a day of having it, it started leaking water, literally to the point I couldn't drive it. I got stranded at like 2 AM in the morning, had to get it recovered. So now we're going to endeavour on this journey together. I went from having a semi-broken 740i to a fully broken 740i, but that's the thing with old cars, you've got to expect it. With my 530d, for the first few months of ownership, it was a mint car when I bought it. The ad couldn't have been better, and the service history back here, but it's just one of them things. I literally went through problem after problem after problem, spent nearly £3,000, £4,000 on it to get it right, and when I got it right, that's it, the chase is gone, as most of you car guys know. I wanted something new, and this is what we've got on our hands now. So yeah, a bit of background. It's a 2001, it's a 740i, it's a 4.4 naturally aspirated. There's not much more I can tell you, to be honest. I'm going to give you a quick walk around now and see what's wrong with it. I'll point out a few issues, what we're going to change on it, and then go through the mod list and all those things we've got planned for it, and you guys let us know what you think, what we should do and what we shouldn't do on it. Right, so here she is. It's in Oxford green with the sand beige interior. That's one of the things that caught my eye, because I've always imagined myself having a blacked out E38, but you can't really go wrong with this combo. It's a sunroof model, which is quite rare. Got a few nicks here and there. All 4 arches, they're all bubbling, so they're going to need looking at. The sills and everything are perfect, no major dents, but I think everything from about here downwards needs respraying. So I think the passenger side front arch is probably the best out of the 4. There's a tiny bit of rust, well, it's just bubbling slightly here. Got a bit of bubbles there. This one's probably the worst out of the 4, as it's actually started peeling now and the rust is visible underneath. Sorry, this is actually the cleanest one. There's hardly any on there, and to be fair, underneath it's decent as well. Then we've got the wheels. They definitely need a refurb, they're in bad state. I don't think I've seen wheels as bad as this, to be fair. Look at that, all the paint's peeled off, corroded, absolutely disgusting. And like the arches, it's the same thing. It's all 4 need looking at. My plans with these were to go bigger, so these are the 18-inch I think. I was going to go for the 20s, but they're like gold dust at the minute. You literally can't find them. If you do, they're touching £2,000. So for now I'm going to do these in chrome. I'm going to get it all matching, so it's got the chrome trims. We'll get the wheels matching in chrome. It'll need a new fog light, so the badges need changing. I'm going to get the spinning ones. Well, they're not spinning, the ones that stay still in the middle, like the Rolls Royce style. I think with chrome wheels it's going to go on VC coilovers, and the spinning caps in the middle, it'll look quite well, because these E38s do tend to have a good stance when they're on coilovers. Like you can see there, even with stock suspension, it's just got that bit of a, just an ever so slight stance. It could probably even do with what are they called?
A few moments later.
It could probably even do with some spacers, but we'll see when we get closer to the time. It's going to go for a custom exhaust. It's going to go for quad pipes. I'm in debates whether to decat it, take the back box out, or I'll take the resonators out. I'm not sure yet. Before we do that, we'll obviously do a poll on our Instagram page, see what you guys think's best. I listened to a few online, but with prior experience, the car never sounds like it does on a video. To be fair, it's always sounded better in real life, so hopefully we'll see what we can get out of it. We're going to be getting that done from Tony Banks. So it'll obviously be quad exhaust, like I said, but there's also the possibility of putting in what are they called?
Go ahead, you got it.
There's also the possibility of putting in the valve
Go ahead, spit it out, man. Go ahead, spit it out, bro.
control. So basically you'll have a fob in the car. You can leave the exhaust stock at a press of a button, or if you want to open the valves, and it'll be like, so for example, if we had this decatted, you could press the button and it'll be like a fully decatted car. So that's got an option. We'll have chrome tips. And for the back end, to be honest, I don't think there's much you can really do for these. The plate is just on there for show for now. It's originally on a wire edge. We have bought a new plate. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, like I said, there's not much you can do with the back end. We're probably going to get tints on the back. Front are illegal, so we'll probably leave them. Front lip, we'll probably go for the Alpina lip, or you can get the Alpina style lip. I do quite like the one that says Alpina on it, and I'm thinking of going with like a gold sort of theme, so it's gonna have the gold list auto stickers on it, maybe like gold Alpina at the bottom and other little touches, but we'll see how we get on with that. The lights, again, I'm in two minds whether I should get the angel eyes for this. At first, like, it was a no-brainer. It's like, I'm definitely getting angel eyes, but now I don't know. Once you put all the lights on this, it's got quite a warm look, and I'm actually liking that. It suits the car well, it suits the area of the car. It just goes with that retro sort of look it's got going on. There's a bit of a mess there. That's the fuel pump and everything we need doing for it. So interior wise, it's not in too bad condition. It needs a good clean. In the long run, these will be going out. We'll be getting the contours, so they're the bit of a chunkier seat. So on the back, we're going to get the picnic tables and the vanity mirrors, hopefully, but they're sitting at about £1,000 right now, so it's just about finding some at the right price. Steering wheel, obviously we're going to go custom with that. Again, drop your opinions in the comments below. Do you think we should stick with this wheel or go with this one? Obviously they're both going to be custom. I'm thinking of maybe getting like top and bottom wood. So this is Vavona wood, so I'm thinking of matching it with the top and bottom, and then sides leather, and maybe even going sand beige with the airbag cover and the leather on the sides to match the interior. So it's got the factory Motorola. This is actually a fully working phone. You can put a SIM card in it and it actually works. I'm thinking of taking this out and going with like the dial-up phone, so it's like a big massive block. It just looks a bit more retro. Obviously there's other little things, like you can get a little charging pad in here, over there, a wireless charging pad. I want to get a mini fridge in the back, so where the armrest is. I'm either thinking a mini fridge or like a bottle holder, where so the armrest pulls down and it splits into two sections, so maybe a bottle holder in the bottom and then like a cigar rack on the top. But we'll have to see. That'll obviously be custom made, so depending on what we can get done or what we can actually source, because it will be hard to find a fridge for this car now, so it just depends on what we can get our hands on. So we're going to have the Starlight roof in this, of course. In the E39 we had 800 stars. I'm thinking this is a bit of a smaller headliner, but why not? A Rolls Royce has got 1300 stars, So I'm thinking we'll go for about, let me get down here. I'm thinking we'll go for about 1,000 stars on this. And cause it's a light headliner, I do feel it'll make it pop a bit more. But we'll get onto that soon. Seat belts, they're cream obviously with the black trim on it. I'm thinking of going dark green with these so it'll match the body colour. Again, with the stitching on the steering wheel, that's going to be dark green. I'm thinking of redoing the dash later on in extended leather, so obviously all this will be extended leather with the dark green stitching. I'm also thinking of going full dark green carpet, or maybe dark green mats, I'm not sure yet. Another mechanical issue I had was the heater blower fan, which I have now changed. It looked like somebody had already tried to change it, so they'd broken, this is loose, they've broken a lot of things. I haven't put everything back in properly yet, as I haven't had the car running, so I need to double check that it's working. That was a full dashboard out job. I couldn't get that on camera as I did it over a space of I think 6-7 weeks. It was just literally whenever I could get a chance to do it, I had to do it bit by bit. I have had this car now for 3 months. Literally it's been parked. As I said, the second day I had it, it broke down on me, so I finally got around to getting a chance to get it booked in with the garage and everything, so it should be ready soon. I think obviously because this is the last of a line, it's a 2001, so everything's slightly more modern than in the early ones. I think they started in 96 or 95 they did, and they ran till 2001. This is literally one of the last of the lines, so it has got all the usual refinements. It's got the sat-nav, cruise control, electric steering column, heated seats. Sorry, it hasn't got heated seats, it's got electric seats without the heating, which is something I'm going to miss because my E39 did have the heated seats, so I'm going to miss that. But with the interior, guys, I don't think there's much more I'd really do. Obviously, as you go along, you see new things, you decide you want more, but the car's just, obviously, it was the pinnacle of BMW at the point when it came out, so it's just luxury as it is. Room wise, it's literally like being sat in a living room. Like, you can get in here, get this, and there's so much leg room for the passengers, for me, for everyone, literally even in the back. Like, obviously there's a lot of mess here, but you've got a shisha there. There's a lot of mess in the back, but there's so much room in this car, which the E39 lacked in, which is not ideal, as obviously you do have people in the back, and when there's no leg room, it's just a bit annoying. So obviously we haven't got the problem with this. This is literally, you can be chauffeur driven in this. There's so much leg room in the back. Overall, I'm really happy with the interior as it is, but obviously we have to add our own personal touch to it. Mechanically, I'll pop the bonnet for you. Let's listen to that door. Let's do that one more time. You can just feel the build quality in these. Like, they're not like the usual BMW you see nowadays. Like, they're so cheaply built, the new cars. These were built to last. Okay. So how ironic, as soon as I've said it's built to last, the bonnet's decided it's not going to open. So I'm just going to push that in and give it another try. Let's hope that it does work now and it doesn't make me look stupid. Nope. Right, I'll try and open this and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, so we finally got it open. The engine bay seems to have had better days. It needs a good tidy up. So it's a 4.4. naturally aspirated. It's 282 brake, I think, don't quote me on that, but it packs a punch for what it is. Obviously the cruisers, so power's not really the main focus of these cars. It never has been. At the time there was the, I think, the S600, the Audi S8, all big naturally aspirated cars. But personally this one, well, to be fair with you, it was a close call between this and an S600. I was like torn between the two. So yeah, like this, for me, I'm a BMW guy, so this was the one. But yeah, so the problems we've got with this are, it's got a slight water leak. Well, when I say slight, it's more than slight. It's a major water leak. It's got a slight oil leak, ever so slight. I think it might be the rocker cover seal, but we'll have to get that checked. The car is going into the garage this week. It should be going tomorrow, but I think it might be delayed a bit. But it's going into the garage this week to get checked for the water leak. The oil leak, obviously, that's going to get checked as well. And another mechanical issue we have is the fuel pump, which is located under the back seat here, just under that seat. And there's a new fuel pump in the box, so we're going to replace that. At the minute it's got a high screeching noise and it does cut out now and then. That was an issue I knew from the start. I took that into consideration. Well, the fuel pump's about £40. Fitting, I can literally do it myself. It's under the seat, you pop it off and put this new one in, so it's not an issue. But yeah, other than that, guys, I don't think there's much more to it mechanically. The car's tight, everything's running smoothly. The gearbox is perfect, it's silky smooth. The underneath all tight, there's no knocks, no bangs. Like, it's a solid car, so it has got most surf history, so it has been looked after to that extent. It is an Irish import. I think it was imported in 2004. The bodywork's not the best, as you can see, but we'll get around that. It's nothing we can't work on. So we're gonna have most of it done in the next in the next month or two, I hope. We're gonna get the wheels done. So I've got a few family weddings coming up, a few family and friends. I'm gonna try and get the car a bit more presentable for the weddings. I'd rather put that money into my own car or a project rather than spend it on a hire. Like, hiring just, it don't make sense to me. So I'm gonna do the wheels, I'm gonna inquire about the bodywork, I'm gonna get it lowered and do the exhaust. That'll make it a bit of a party piece, at least for now, and then slowly I'll work on the rest of it and get the inside done. And the mechanical issues, obviously, like I said, they're getting sorted this week. Hopefully it's something minor. I think it is just a pipe, because at the rate it's leaking, it can't be head gasket or anything like that, and there's no other signs of head gasket, so hopefully it's just something minor. So as I promised on my Insta, guys, I am going to reveal the private plate we're putting on the car today. Just flip that camera. So here it is, V8 Gov. That was the closest I could find to it, to be honest, for V88, but I think that's a decent plate. This plate's just on for show at the minute, but I really don't like it. It doesn't suit the car at all. So hopefully once this is on, it'll complete it a bit more. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of it. And we should have this on in the next week. Just waiting for the logbook to come back, and then we can legally register it and everything with it. Right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up here. It looks like the heavens are going to open and we're going to have a bit of a downpour. You can see them clouds. UK weather for you. But yeah, that's everything on the car. Be sure to share, make sure you like the video, that's the main thing, because if you like the video, it gets into the algorithm of YouTube, so it'll come up on the main page. Drop us a comment, drop us any opinions you think, any mods you think we should do, we shouldn't do to the car. Obviously share the video with your friends and family, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah,
whatever.
make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.